Let's clear something up right now. You cannot claim your university fees back on your tax return. I know, half of you just felt your heart drop. But stay with me, because here's the part nobody tells you. While everyone is chasing the one thing they can't claim, most students are walking straight past hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars they're fully entitled to. Tax taken out of their casual job, super sitting in an account they forgot they had, deductions they never knew existed. And the timing of this could not be more important, because the financial year ends on the 30th of June, just a couple of weeks away. So here's exactly what we'll cover today. 1. Whether you even count as a resident for tax. 2. The tax-free threshold and the refund most students completely miss. 3. The two-job trap that catches people out every year. 4. Exactly what you can claim. 5. What you can't. 6. The truth about your degree. And 7. The superannuation you can take with you when you leave the country. Quick note before we dive in. Everything here is general information to help you understand how the system works. It is not personal tax advice. Everyone's situation is different, so for your own return, speak to a registered tax agent or the ATO directly. Let's go. Point 1. Before you can work out what you'll pay or get back, you need to know one thing. Are you a resident for tax purposes? And here's the trick. This has almost nothing to do with your visa or your passport. You can be on a student visa and still be treated as a resident for tax. The ATO looks at how you actually live here. Generally, if you've been studying in Australia for 6 months or more, settled into a routine, living and working here, you're likely treated as a resident for tax purposes. Why does that matter so much? Because residents get the tax-free threshold and lower tax rates, while non-residents are taxed from the very first dollar at a higher rate. That's a huge difference. So this is the very first box to confirm. And if you're not sure which side of the line you sit on, that's exactly the thing to check with a registered tax agent. Point 2. And this is where the money is. If you're a resident for tax purposes, the first $18,200 you earn in a financial year is completely tax-free. That's the tax-free threshold. Here's what happens to so many students. You get a casual job, retail, hospitality, a few warehouse shifts. Your employer takes a little tax out of every pay. By the end of the year, you've earned, say, $15,000 under the threshold. But tax was still taken out along the way. That money is yours, and the only way to get it back is to lodge a tax return. So lodging isn't just paperwork the government makes you do. For a lot of students, it's literally how you claim back money that was over-withheld. Skip it, and you're leaving your own cash sitting with the ATO. Point 3, and this one catches people out constantly. When you start a job, you fill in a form and it asks, do you want to claim the tax-free threshold? The rule is simple but important. You only claim it from one job at a time, usually your main one. If you've got 2 jobs and you accidentally claim the threshold on both, not enough tax gets taken out across the year and you can end up with a surprise bill instead of a refund. So if you're juggling a couple of casual jobs, which a lot of students are, claim the threshold on your main job and let the second one tax you normally. It evens out and you dodge the nasty surprise at the end. Point 4. Deductions. This is what people mean when they say claiming things on tax. A deduction lowers the income you get taxed on. But here's the golden rule the ATO lives by. It has to be directly connected to earning your income, your job, not your studies. So here's the list of things a working student can often claim. A compulsory uniform with a logo, buying it, and even washing it. You can claim laundry up to $150 without keeping receipts, protective gear your job requires, high-vis, an apron, non-slip or steel-capped shoes, tools and equipment for work, anything $300 or under you claim straight away. Over that, you claim it bit by bit, over time. The work-related slice of your phone and internet, if you take work calls or check rosters on your own phone. Union fees and professional memberships. Renewing a license or certificate you need for the job you already have. If you ever work from home for an employer, there's a flat 70 cents an hour rate for your running costs. If you work outdoors, sun protection counts. Sunscreen, sunglasses, a hat. Donations of $2 or more to a registered charity. Travel directly between 2 jobs on the same day, not home to work, but job to job, at 88 cents a kilometer. And the fee for a registered tax agent is itself claimable the following year. 2 rules tie it all together. 1. You can claim up to $300 of work expenses without keeping every receipt. Go over that, and you need the records. 2. And this is the honest part most people skip. A deduction only helps if you're actually paying tax. If you earned under the tax-free threshold, You're already paying zero, so chasing deductions won't magically grow your refund. Point 5. Now the other side. The things people try to claim and get burned for. Start with where we began, your degree. Self-education is only deductible when it connects to the job you already have, when it maintains or improves the skills for your current work. The degree qualifying you to enter a brand new career, no connection to income you're already earning, so it isn't deductible. The ATO's own examples make this clear. Someone studying to become a teacher or doing a computer science degree to break into tech generally can't claim those course fees. And here's a big one people get wrong. Your HECS or HELP loan repayments are not deductible, not the compulsory ones, not voluntary top-ups. Neither is getting your first license or certificate just to land a job, like an initial RSA to get the bar job. The everyday stuff is out too. Plain clothes even when your boss says, wear all black, because without a logo, it's just normal clothing. Your normal commute from home to work, coffees, lunches and snacks on shift, haircuts and grooming, childcare, your rent and groceries, and anything your employer already paid you back for. So if a tax guru on social media tells you to just claim your tuition or your daily latte, be very careful. That's exactly the kind of thing that gets a return flagged. Point 6. And this might be the most overlooked of all, superannuation. When you work in Australia, your employer doesn't just pay your wage, they also pay an extra amount on top into a super fund for you. Most students forget this money even exists. And here's the part that matters especially for international students. If you're here on a temporary visa and you eventually leave Australia for good, you can claim that super back. It's called a Departing Australia Superannuation Payment, DASP for short. Once your visa has ended and you've left the country, you apply through the ATO's online system, and that super money you may not have even realized was building up gets paid out to you, less some tax. One warning, if you leave it more than 6 months after departing, your fund hands it over to the ATO as unclaimed money, so it's worth sorting before or soon after you go. Don't leave that money behind. So let's bring it back to the calendar. Before the 30th of June, get your records together, pay slips, receipts, your super fund details, and if you do have work-related costs to cover and you're actually paying tax, that's the window. After the 30th of June, that's when you lodge. If you're doing it yourself, the deadline is the 31st of October. Going through a registered tax agent can give you more time, and their fee is itself deductible the following year. Either way, keep it simple. A folder on your phone for every payslip and receipt. Future, you will say thank you. Tax doesn't have to be scary. It just has to be understood. Get it right, and it's usually money coming back to you, not money lost. If this helped, follow for more, and we'll keep breaking this stuff down step by step.